so afraid of my affections. You could drown in your own storm. There's no need for reservation. No one else can see. After some examination, man, I think that you've got what I need. It's really alright. It's really alright. It's really alright if you don't love me. What's that look of consternation? I'm completely in control. So if you're thinking of evasion, there's something you should know. I wouldn't say I own you, but you're alone without beauty. Which would you rather face, that cold-hearted landscape or me? Was that look of consternation? I'm completely in control. So, if I'm thinking of evasion, there's something you should know. Well, I wouldn't say I own you, but you're alone without liberty. Which would you rather face, that cold-hearted landscape or me? All right, hi Oink. Okay, I'm trying to get into my chat here. I'm glad that you got that. Okay, live. It just started raining. Okay, there I am. There's the chat. Okay. I can't see it up on the big screen now. I'm using that as my monitor for the cameras, and I see it at the top of my head is off. Okay, so I made an amazing cake. This came out so freaking good. I only made one mistake at the end. Too much powdered sugar on the top. Now, taste-wise, it's fine. But if you happen to inhale while you're trying to take that bite, it all blows right down your throat. So no, not good. It would have been fine if the cake was actually warm when I did this, so that some of that would have melted in and made part of that crust. But I made sure it was completely cooled before I did that today. So yeah, I finished making it around midnight. Or finished cleaning up from it, I should say. Everybody loved it. Some people took seconds. A couple people did not get first. But yeah, it's a spice cake with, what did I do to that apple? I completely shredded it, turned it into applesauce on a box grater, using that little slice side. Squeezed down some of the water and threw that into the mix. Added extra cardamom, hand grated some nutmeg and cinnamon. And anything else? I didn't have allspice, so I do cardamom, cinnamon, nutmeg. That must have been it, because I don't have ground ginger. I went to buy some ground ginger, and the price of a bottle of ground ginger kind of put me into shock. So I just decided, well, I'm just going to have to buy some frickin' ginger. Fresh. But I've had so long, it started sprouting. And now I have a ginger plant waiting for soil in a real pot. Hey, Justine. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're invited. I have to remember to swallow before talking. So, the storm has come up from Florida and is blowing into our direction, but it's not windy yet. Everything is really super still. Just windy enough, I guess, to throw rain into the window. But it's also so far really tiny droplets. So the best is yet to come. We're expecting 47-mile-an-hour gusts. Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that's too spicy to drink. Ooh. Whoa. I love a good ginger beer. I mean, that is... I used to buy these small bottles of ginger beer that I used to doctor my regular ginger ale and spike that up. And, yeah, I love that. Oh, you loved it. I haven't done that in a while. If I was to get a respiratory thing, that would be the first thing I'd go for. That and chicken soup. We have wind. You can have it. Wind is the wrong answer. I have, I bought the ginger now twice because I've got some hanging on my wall starting to sprout, and I've got some in water sprouting. I'm not good with remembering to use it in a meal, and I keep forgetting because it's not like a habitual condiment for me, or rather a seasoning. So I'm trying to get in the habit of it because it's so good for you. And I always have like the ginger chews around because they're so good for nausea. But I don't know why. I just don't get into the habit of it. I guess because I'm not in the habit of actually cooking a lot of full meals for myself in a single day. I eat at least 4 really good meals a week. At least 4. But a lot of them were just during the day. It's like I get a little hungry. Like now, this bite of this cake just triggered hunger because it turned on my pancreas. Oh, I will so do this one again. Instead of using a cup of water, I did half a cup of water and half a cup of heavy cream. And the apple and the heavy cream, and I used butter instead of oil, and 3 eggs, but the extra large eggs, so it's more like 4 eggs of the size they recommend. It's got a really nice density. Oh. This would be, oh my God. I would still do it in the bun cake to get that density, but I think it'd be great to slice it up really thin and put some whipped cream in between little layers of this. Oh, that would be really good. That'd be a nice dessert. Oh, frozen ice cream sandwiches made with this and whipped cream. Now I'm thinking, now I really miss having an extra freezer. Now see, freezer space, I could probably get away with doing something like that. I'd have room if I had a car, because then I could get to the store more frequently. But when you're relying on the old lady bus, They really try to pack that stuff in there. A diet version? Who needs a diet version of ginger beer? It's not like it's full of sugar. I call it the old lady bus. OLE, old lady bus. They call it the Senior Citizen Center bus. I belong to the center, but I haven't actually spent a day there. In fact, I've only been inside it once to find out two things: get my first vaccination and see if they had a real piano on the premises that I could play. I'm going to search for a real piano, you know, preferably a baby grand. Oh, grand would be nice, but I don't remember if I've ever played an actual grand piano that wasn't in a showroom. So I have had friends with baby grands, and I played those. But, yeah. It's not like my ability anymore, especially... Well, it's never been, like, pro anyway, but it's especially not now. So I would never spend the money on a piano. Also, where the hell would I put it? I'm trying to figure out how to get my keyboard back out here where there's some light. I don't know. I might have to rearrange my entire bedroom just so I can get the keyboard in front of the window. I have to have a view. And I've been so uninspired to do any music because the only place I have to have it set up is literally up against a blank wall. There's no window on that wall at all, and there's also no window right directly to my left, and certainly not to my right. So today, 40 grams of sugar. Oh, that is a bit. Yeah, that definitely makes a difference if you're diabetic. Oh, yeah. Huh. How much is in a Coca-Cola? Jeez. 65 grams. It's no wonder people are addicted to it. It's easy. I mean, who doesn't like sweet? The sensation of sweet. So today, the old ladies downstairs got together to do stuff like this, kind of like a color in to make decorations. We've got a ficus tree down. A ficus tree in the community room. So since that's literally the only greenery in the room, the lone ficus tree, only reason it's still there is that it's too big to steal. They had a bunch of fake greens, and a couple months ago, someone just freaking disappeared them overnight. Like, who steals fake plants? But anyway, so now everything's bare, except for that tree. So every season, there's a new woman who is like, takes care of the seniors for helping them get services and paperwork done and things like that. and also leads an exercise class. Makes sure there's things that these people can use to color in things. She makes the copies of these things. She makes a newsletter. She is quite active, and she is actually a social worker, but it was specializing in elder care, I guess. Young mother, has a couple kids. Very sweet person. So she comes up with as many creative things as she can, but people have been reluctant to leave their rooms, apparently. So I asked, well, what gets people out of their rooms? Why can't we just go ahead and do things ourselves? Like potluck dinners you said to have. Why can't we get that going? Well, no one will come out of the rooms. So, well, what if I do something like bake a cake? Oh, but that's what we used last time. Food to get people out of the rooms. Well, I said, okay, so let it be said. Tomorrow, I'll make sure that I have a cake for when everybody meets. And so I made sure there was a cake, and a damn good one. So my first use of my new pan, and now I am thirsting for more pans. I have my next two picked out. Actually, I got my next three picked out. But the next one, it won't be the bun. I do have another bun. The other two I have is one's a like gingerbread house mold, just one big house, so it's like the whole mix will fit in that. And the other one is what is it? Oh, it's a loaf pan, like for no, you know, banana nut loaf, whatever. All of them have the advantage of doing what I cannot do. Make a fancy cake. I'm okay with adding stuff. I'm good with that kind of thing. I'm not good with icing, decorating. So I'm lame in that department. Usually my go-to is make a thin icing that you can drizzle. Especially good is a lemon bundt cake. When you poke a lot of holes in it, and you make a thin lemon drizzle with, if you're really feeling frisky, a little rum in it, but the lemon, lots of fresh lemon juice. It's really good. Let's soak in. That's if you like menu like a tart lemon instead of overly sweet. To me, they make lemon stuff like too sweet in general. An old lady zip code. I am, in fact, that's as much as I'm giving you, Justin, on public TV. We be live on YouTube. So for those who are just turning in, remember to like and subscribe. I have to change my voice for that. It just sounds so silly. Everybody's got that across their screens. It's like anybody who spends 5 minutes on YouTube gets the idea. Do you have to yell for people to do that? It's like, if you like it, you will like it. You know how the game is played. If you don't like it, ignore it. Please. Oh, this came out so good. I kept 2 pieces for myself. I guess my 2 pieces is actually one really nice piece. This is the last of the second piece. So when I eat 2 pieces, it is sincerely a decent cake. But I will spare you the scraping up of the crumbs and then the, sucking up of the crumbs. If you see any crumbs on my nose, let me know. I can't really see. So I read, correct me if I'm wrong, are there areas of Oregon that are actually going to become part of whatever the fuck next door you have? Was it Idaho? We have decided to secede. Oregon is too nice. We want all of us to be just like that painting of the farmer and his wife with the pitchfork and the stern expressions. If you're not like that, you're some kind of a problem. Eastern Washington and Oregon should go to Idaho? Really? See, I have never gotten involved with that particular political conversation. There are times I really wish we could just get rid of Florida and Texas. The reason, of course, that we can't is because of their shorelines. What they have on the water, that is. Nobody wants to lose that. Okay. Now, I think I should make these lines a little bit further out. So I am going to try and find an oval. I was thinking of doing it with this, and I realized, no, that's too much of a, bringing this, the sides of the tie up the side, but it's not going to work. So we're going to use a template. An oval template, mayhaps something a little straighter there. Actually, that looks way better. Also, it's very even. And about the bigger one. Yeah, I think that might work. May have problem solved. We'll find out in just a minute. I have two ties. I made one extra slender for the extra feminine toe who also likes to wear a tie. Okay. Let's see. I think that may still go, you know, I need the tweezers to hold these things. Oh, Justin, you didn't see, Toblerina. Oregon Territory was once Washington, Oregon, and Idaho. Well, why should they go back to the past at this stage? What's the advantage of breaking away from one state and putting all that property elsewhere? Are the Northern Californians more like the people in Idaho? This is actually, my toe is closer to this size, not as wide, more as clay-like, but I needed something heavier that I could use as a model in general, so when I'm crocheting or gluing, I have a general idea of how big it has to be before I try it on my naked Toblerina and see what's going on. Right now I'm working on a gift for the great Stephen Colbert, who first made me aware of celebrity feet. I had no idea. Yeah, see, that's way off. Okay, that might work. No, now we need that. Now that's going to make a circle no matter what. Let me see. I've got a better chance of doing this by hand. Yep. It needs to actually just be almost flat. Just a small amount of curvature. I need that little bit there. Because we need to knot it. Put a knot on it. Oh, thank you, pain pill. Now that's wide. What's here? I like the way this one, size-wise, came out. Now the reason I have to have a template now is because I want to be able to put this, a tie, for sale in Toballerina's Etsy shop. Because the well-dressed toe is going to have some place to go. Okay. I knew I had it somewhere. Really, that far out? I don't want it that far out. Anyway, you need templates so that you can be consistent in your product. Charles! See, I agree, Orion. So, yeah, see, a few years ago when I first discovered Stephen Colbert online in YouTube, he did this, and it was, I don't know, monologue or something. Anyway, the bottom line is apparently somebody had taken a picture of his feet while he was on vacation and posted the picture on some celebrity foot website. So that's when I think he became aware that people are into celebrity feet and feet pictures in general. And that was the first I'd ever heard of it. Now, I did not go immediately to look, but because I didn't have to. He showed the picture of his feet that was online. And there are thousands and thousands of people's pictures of celebrities that they happen to see, and they take pictures of their feet. Not always naked feet, in shoes, whatever. It's like, huh, interesting. And then I completely forgot about it. All this time I'd been working with Toblerina, I did not think of it. I didn't remember that. And then I was doing something, and then suddenly it popped in my head. And suddenly I remembered the whole thing. It was like, bam. It's like, you have to send that man a tie. Because he always wears a suit and tie. So I have to make him a navy blue tie. Preferably with some little gold or something on it. So that's what started this. It's like, oh yeah, he was the one that first made me aware of people doing foot pictures. It just never occurred to me because I never go looking. Feet don't do anything for me, let's put it that way. So I've never gone looking. For me, feet have just been more like, my poor feet. Damn. Is that it? Wiki feet? Oh yeah, that's what my friend said. Wiki feet. Yeah, I didn't remember. I thought it was like just celebrity feet. So there are sites. There are definitely sites like the one I'm going to be on with Toblerina. So this is my idea of a Christmas gift. Because I'm very grateful to the late night comedy people. Staying well informed, staying funny when life is not looking funny, and when things were scariest and are still a bit scary, they try to be there and bring some kind of a perspective to it that doesn't make you throw up all night long. So I'm very grateful to people like Stephen Colbert and Amber Ruffin and Seth Meyers and Jimmy Kimmel and the other Jimmy. I feel so bad that I keep blocking out his last name. The other Jimmy. Hey, 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 hey! That Jimmy. And what's really lousy is he's actually a really good interviewer. I watched how he handled something the other night, and he's funny. You know, they're all funny. They got their moments, etc. But it's how they handle their people, because guests can get embarrassed or caught not knowing what to say when they're guests, and everybody's different. A good host knows how to save face, how to help that person save face. They know how to. They're subtle. It doesn't look manipulative or anything. It doesn't look like, yeah, I'm covering for you. It's like they're so gentle and excellent in protecting the person that they're interviewing from looking, or feeling any kind of discomfort or embarrassment. And I watched him do this so skillfully. It's like that's why he's a late night host, and he's been on for so long. He's a sensitive person, so I definitely like him for that. Also, I believe he's a musician too. I've seen him holding a guitar. I've not like followed the careers of these people, so I don't know if he started out as a musician or not, but in fact I don't remember him doing more than a parody song that I've listened to, but he was good. Like, okay. Oh no, I did hear something. God, who did he play with? He was actually really good. What's his last name? Jimmy what? Not Jimmy Kimmel, the other Jimmy whose name I keep blocking. Will that be big enough? Oh, I'm sure it will be. Let's test it out, Toblerina. Let that relax there. Whoa. Oh yeah, more than enough. That's good. Just want to make sure that the paper can wrap around the foot or the toe. Not doing the whole foot. That's it, Fallon. Thank you, Fallon, Jimmy Fallon. Yes. You know good people without having to meet them. You watch those subtle behaviors of how they handle others, and you just know. It's like, you got a good heart, you got a good spirit. You're good to have in this planet at this time, you know? So yeah, I like that. He's a good person. And I know the argument, well, you never met, so you really don't know. And that's true. We have never met, and I can't imagine how we would meet, but I'd have to still say, yeah, he's still a good person. And I keep forgetting my trash bucket I have to bring over here. Yeah. He's definitely a good-hearted person. Okay. Somebody asked me on Quora something about how can I tell a good person from a bad one or something like that. I said, well, there's all kind of tells, but my personal experience is it's not just how they treat you, because if they're trying to impress you, especially if they are an actual narcissist, they're going to try to do really good by you. At least when they're trying to impress you, they're going to do everything they can. But they don't treat people around them nicely. And you watch how people treat others. So if I observe anybody being an asshole to somebody else, I am going to stand back and watch them before I put anything of mine out there, toward them. Or certainly not trust. Yeah, you just watch people. You watch how they treat other people, watch how they treat animals. These are tells. I mean, they're not... Look, I've met psychos that had pets, and they were really good to their pets. So you can't always go by that. Sometimes they're obsessed with a pet, and you think, wow, he really loves his chicken. But they turn out to be not as what you think. So you have to judge people on more than one thing. I would think that's kind of obvious. But yeah, I mean, I've never been wrong in that. If I watch somebody being not nice to anything, oh, another one. Watch out for people who take their temper out in front of you on things. Like, they trip over something and they're pissed that they tripped over it. They turn around and cuss it and kick it. Behavior like that is like a little red flag. What else do they kick? Where else do they displace their frustrations, or like overreact? I don't hang out on Quora, but I answer questions about the psychic realm and card reading and things like that. So some of my answers are among the most read, and they keep asking me to join some program, and I don't have the kind of time. I'm not gonna just like hang out there. I've got too much shit to do in my own life without taking care of everybody else's questions. And besides, that's what my show's always been about, is answering questions. And when it started, it was mainly about the psychic realm and people who were ripping others off in that realm. Oh, what's Volcano? Is that a game? Well, if you ask a question about tarot cards, my name might come up. I don't write as prolifically as I did because things get redundant. If you want to ask questions about, like, what does it mean when I see repeating numbers? I have answered that one numerous times as well. So some of them are like people go back to them often enough that they're upvoted. But I guess, it's, Ouija. I saw a headline in the news today. I was so sick by it, I couldn't even look it up. Something like a bunch of kids get sick and start vomiting after playing with a Ouija board. It's like, oh, no, you don't, you motherfuckers. You're going to start this bullshit demonology crap again and rip off people and scare people. It's like, I've been through this too many times. Humans are schmucks when it comes to this. Their fears speak before anything else. It's like, ah! So, anybody have questions about the Ouija board? I will take them now again. Just to help dispel the stupid. And when you see a headline in the news about it, I'm especially incensed, because where the hell are they getting this information? Why are they putting this in the paper? Who are they reporting this? Because so much crap is going out there as truth. It's like, is this another QAnon-fueled story, like kids shitting in litter boxes in bathrooms in the schools? It's like, hold on. Wait, when the Hawaiian... oh my God. It wiped out... Wasn't like a village that was a man-made village. Well, if they're all man-made, you're on those islands. What am I saying? More like a development. Was that what was wiped out? I know people had to leave. It's all right. I know what you're talking about. I don't worry about spelling in a chat room. Unless it's some asshole that wants to annoy me on purpose by misspelling things. And I'm not talking about you, Charlie. And by the way, Charlie, how was your day? It's Friday. I like Friday. Okay. Oh, I think this is a decent enough template. And here we go again. This is just so I can use my bifocals. I have got to get to that place and order my next pair of glasses, or lenses rather. I'll get my clear rectangular ones, or diamond, whatever that weird shape is. I really like those, so I'll get that one first. Also, being clear, they let in the most light, and that's why I was always using them here at the studio. Here at the studio. Here at this desk versus that desk. Oh, I see. Lower Eastern Zone. Yeah, right. Of course. I knew that. I knew that. I know the event you're talking about, but I just didn't know what theirs was. Lower Eastern Rift Zone. So the people that you met are all the people that were relocated because of it? Lost their property to the new ground that was being sent their way? Knowlton, but we just erased your house and your pool and your sauna. But think of it this way, now your property is 10 feet taller than it was. It's good tea on a rainy day. We should write a song together. Tea on a rainy autumn day. It's almost got a little rainy autumn day, rainy autumn day. Rainy autumn day, dee-da. We did meet some people from the area. Oh, yeah? Well, you are on the closest coast to Hawaii. Which reminds me, where's Maui? I mean, you know. Our friend Maui. My day was. That was it? That's the whole sentence? My day was. Okay. So your day was, and now what's your weekend gonna look like? What are you gonna do? What you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do? That's out of tune. I need to get the light table up to continue. This me a challenge. I don't know if it's gonna reach. I wonder how far I can pull that out. Good. Okay. Come here, my precious. Ugh. Ouch. I didn't mean to hurt you. Don't you think I should move this water? Something just tells you, right? Okay, here it is. And here that is. And now, let's see if we can get this electrical cable cord plug here. And it reaches. That's, well, you have to open up so you can get in there. Come on. Okay. Tell me that nobody broke the bulb in helping me move. Hallelujah. We have success. Now, damn, this is too dark. Okay, we're gonna have to do something clever here. How can I make this show up better? Do I need a laser to come through this? I mean, I can see the light. As a matter of fact, you can see through that, right? Not bad. It's beautiful. But for me to transfer to do is not so simple because I don't have anything that's really going to show up. Maybe gold. Oh, it's like Halloween. hold on. That's it. It's also what I learned, the difference between what news reports and what happens. Ah. Okay, Charlie, and the weekend will almost likely be as well if the past is any indication. Well, let us not repeat the past if you have it in your power to change the future. You can influence the now, which is the point of being alive. Now, 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 now. Well, we're going to have to make this darker. That's all there is to it. So, I'm gonna get a marker. Color it in dark. Baby, you better make it different. There you go. I went with the gel pen because I can get close to it because it doesn't smell. Whereas those markers, I don't like having my nose this close to the paper. Inhale all the solvent. Okay. A Scooby-Doo to you, darling. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll be here as often as I can make it. Because Toblerone launches soon, and I must be ready. So I will be here working on her wardrobe, also gifts from her, and our famous rock houses, which are going to be rocking. They're right over here. I stopped rocking the rocks so I can get this underway. Now let's try that. That's better. Ding, ding, ding. Uh-oh. Oh, then I must say goodnight to my friend. sent him a Minions gif. I love the Minions. A message. I got the message. The weekend almost. Okay, now we're back. Okay, we're good. I'm caught up, I think. Good. Okay, so that's me at the moment. Let's get back to work. What am I going to use to see this? I'm going to need a light color. And it just, now that I use gel pen here, it occurred to me I might be able to do this with a white gel pen. Let us try that. But we'll try it on another scrap first. We don't need to mess this up. Have some white. Da, da, da. I think we might have a winner if I take my time. You know me, I'm always trying to rush, and sometimes I have to rewind. All right, let's see how that worked. How long can I see this with the light off? I can see it perfectly. Yay. Oops. I forgot. When you have to hold it in until it shudders to life. Come on, shudder to life. Maybe I need to rest. Uh-oh. Come on, both of you. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Do not act up now after all of this. I've had this light table since 1986. My faithful companion. All right, let me see which is the crappy side. That's the crappy side. I can draw on the crappy side. Okay. The crappy side has lots of extra medium on it. And to make sure that we do not have a problem here, we tape it down. Oh, you know what? That looks like it's a comment on what Justin said. We have to fix that. It's not what he meant. I'll blow kisses. Oops, a Z. Okay, I can't be trusted to type on a phone. Oops. Oh, looks like I can't see either. I'll have to stand up to do this. Now, I don't know if you're into the Golden Girls. I love the Golden Girls. There was an episode where the girls were talking about making sure that if you had sex, to make sure you were on the bottom. Because no man should see what your face looks like when you're leaning over. And one of them was like, and then she did it over the mirror and she said, "Oh my God," or something to that effect. It's like, yeah, I get it. So now every time I lean forward, I think about Blanche and Rose. Okie dokie. We're on. And now, yeah, take it off this, it just becomes invisible. We're going to hold on to this template so I can make more in the future, but not tonight. No, we have other things we must do. Okay, so now I can take this apart, or rather put it away. If I can get my butt out from behind the desk in one piece. So we shall unplug it. My big old tight one. Yep. Tis. Thank you, my faithful companion, Porterview. Well, okay, I'll pick you up. Yeah. Well, it is wet out there, but it's not storming. I don't see any more rain on the window. Okay. La, 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 la. Okay, let's see what we've got. Oh, so cute. Now for the important and always scary last part of this. What the fuck? No. No, 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 no. Oh, you curled on me. I just did that. I don't believe I just did that. Okay. I think this. Okay. I can't believe I did that. So I'm going to remedy the situation if I can. Let's see how good I am at museum quality work. All right, we're going to have to glue you right down. That's right, right there. I need you to stay perfectly still. And you must be in perfect alignment. A little more on the plastic. There we go. Oh, now I need the water back. Come here. I'm glad this is the back of the tie. Go ahead and strengthen that a little bit before I have to cut it. Since I can't lift it to finish this cut until this is cured, it's going to take a few minutes. I can't believe I just did that. So, in preparation for the next piece of work, let's move these scraps over here. We're not going to need those. We have that dark navy blue, but that's so blue it's almost black. I'm going to go get another piece of this gorgeous blue, which I think is probably closer to his suit color. All right, rice papers. Over here with all the rice papers. Let's have one beautiful blue. Another beautiful blue. You see, we've got plenty here, which is a darn good thing. The way I'm messing up. All right, we're not going to need more of this dark blue. I think one will do. Let's put this back. What's that? A commercial? Winner, winner, buy a pizza for dinner. Here I am. Okay. All right. Might as well go ahead and do this because it won't be ready to use tomorrow until tomorrow, and then we'll have to take out the light table again. But we do have all weekend, and we do have crappy weather coming in. Excuse me. Because of that, I know we're going to be doing lots of art. Now my company, I told not to come on Saturday because it's going to be too risky. So we're going to meet sometime in December. And both of us are like, don't tell your mother. Her mother gives her shit for not visiting often enough, but her mother will not get off her own ass and go visit people, which is exactly why I'm not talking to her anymore either. Well, I'm not going out of my way not to talk to her, but I'm just not keeping up that relationship, one might say. It's one thing, you know, when if you cannot visit a friend when they're across country, or depending on your situation, sometimes even across your own state. You know, when you have a long drive, sometimes you can't do it. But when that long drive excuse doesn't exist, that's another story. Beautiful. Now just lay there for a minute. While I clean this up. Seeing that come through on this side is a good sign. I'm looking to get saturated there. That way I can just put like all of the elastic stuff on one side to give it the strength I need and do the marking on that side, and then excuse me, the other side will maintain more of a fabric look to it, which of course, since this is supposed to be a tie, that is very desirable. That is a beautiful blue. It doesn't show up as well as it could, but no, that's not bad actually. You're seeing pretty much. The true color is more like where you can see it's darker. There. Nice. Sigh. I have a little goo left. I don't need it there. I can't lift that off here yet. I'm afraid to touch that yet. So, we'll wait. All right, in the meantime, what else do we have? Now, I think this one is enough here. That was the test piece. Yeah, we don't need these hanging around. If just for some reason I feel I need this. Now, yesterday when I was working on this, one of the pieces of string I cut disappeared. I said, all right, you watch. I will find this like clothes later or some really bizarre place. And certainly, it sure happened that way. I went to hang up my sweater and it was stuck to the sleeve of the sweater. So, like, okay, there it is. And this will go with that. Okay. And this goes with that. Do we need that? Well, yes, if it works, we'll need it. If it doesn't, we won't. But just in case. Actually, I can go ahead and tack this down. I can cut around that. Okay. Any more? Get this out. Yay. I like this little pen, little flat shader. A little wooden handle dipped in some kind of plastic, I guess. It plasticizes it just slightly. I like it. It's very comfortable. They call it velvet touch, and it is. It's very nice. But mostly, I like this brush. The flat shader has been very nice so far. I mean, it's not an expensive brush. None of my brushes are expensive, except my old watercolor ones. Those were, some of them are quite pricey. I was just looking for some fun. Be down by 50% by now. I was up late. I baked an amazing cake, and I brought it down to the community room in the building today, and people were coloring and stuff. And we put what am I thankful for kinds of things up on the tree, and leaves, and people sat around and colored things. Oh no! Oh no! I knocked Hoblerina's eye and eyelash straight off. Where'd they go? We cannot have that. Okay, it can't be far. Toblerina, 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 what happened to your eyeball? What happened to your eyelashes? You only have one. I'm gonna make her a patch now. Oh, there it is. Ah! This is stuck on the side of this. That's funny. Dang. I bet that came as a shock to you. Would you like some more sticky instead of just what came on that eyelash? I bet you would. Let's see if there's anything here. A little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, girl, there you go. You were a little nearsighted there for a minute, huh? Hey, don't you be doing that googly eye thing with me. I won't have it. I need more sticky stuff. It was great. Everybody loved it. I kept 2 slices for myself at the end, and it really came out good. I was very pleased with my effort, and so was everybody else. So, success. And it even looked pretty because nice new pan. Yeah, let's get off that glue stuff. Yeah, you're useless. Snotty little thing. And let's just go with the good stuff there. All right, now, don't be scared. It won't hurt a bit. Well, it won't hurt you. It'll drive me nuts. Hey. Why aren't you sticking? That should be like a no-brainer. There. Just like, you know, stay there. And just in case, put a little extra on you. The other eye. Hey, oops. All right, we're just gonna have to hope for the best. Even though I didn't mean to put these on here permanently, I get a kick out of seeing them on there now. So just look at that. So I had an old apple, which was not good for eating, but it wasn't a rotten apple. It was just old. It wasn't wrinkled, just old. So I peeled it and I cut it on my box cutter into little shreds, basically making applesauce out of it in one fell swoop without any cooking. Squeezed the extra water out of it because they get really juicy when you do that. Threw it into the batter, grated nutmeg, added cinnamon, some cardamom, grated, powdered. I used heavy cream with water instead of pure water, and I used butter instead of oil, and I used 3 big eggs, and such a nice, dense, moist. It was just like it came out really, really well. So I will do it again. I don't always say that. I like get bored of things, so I liked to try different things, but this one I would make it again. Came out that good. Proving you can make amazing stuff with that starts with a mix. It's just don't follow the instructions exactly. Like they may call it spice mix, but it needs more spice, you know? They make it very mild for people with not much of a palate. I think my improvements, really improvements. I like looking at cinnamon sugar pre-mixed for sale. What a waste of money. It's almost all sugar and hardly any actual cinnamon in it, because cinnamon coats the sugar and makes it look like there's more. You got to make your own cinnamon sugar. When you see the ratios, you go, oh, so this is what cinnamon sugar is supposed to taste and smell like. Cinnamon, but sweet. Oh, no, you don't. Okay, that's too wet to lift, so we're not touching it yet. Okay, so here is a template for a skinny tie, and I'll have to make another one. Where's our template? Where did I just disappear it to? Oh, right here. When I was here at YouTube looking for how do you sew a tie, how do you make a tie, I was looking for patterns. I came across one that shows 6 different ways to make the tie knot. And one of them was like, oh my God, I don't know why people, and you never see anybody wearing that. And it looks like a flower, like a rose or something that hasn't opened up. And it's made with the tie. It's like, that's really bitchin' and different. I like that. Hey, get back here, bitch. That's better. We don't need that. I thought so. Let's erase. Erase the excess. Yeah, that'll work. Thank you, model. So, Charlie, anybody want to play this weekend? You know, your games? Do you have a lot of homework this weekend? Okie dokie. All right, so now I have a regular tie and a slender tie. Because these are two-dimensional, I'm not going to need to elaborate on the knot. Now, when I first got this idea, I was trying to follow a tie pattern more precisely, literally folding the paper over, you know, to give it that nice finished edge. Well, guess what? When you're working this big, it doesn't really work as well. Not with my eyes, anyway. Oh yeah, we have plenty. So tomorrow, I will take out the, you know, the thing I just had out here. Light table. All right, we need to make another coat now that this is dry. I still can't get over how expensive this stuff is. Yeah, I would definitely want to be a sponsor just so I could get this free. I know prices have gone up over the years, but holy cow. You notice when things more than double. None of that. There we go. You want to give it the stuff has to go through it, but after it's made a barrier, it will not go through it anymore. Fortunately, when you are doing it like this, it does dry fairly quickly. And as you can see, there's less, I don't know if you can see, I can see, there's less of this stuff on the table. But we need not to get too close to that because it's not ready to come up. You can see it kind of glistening on the back when you flip it over. But you still have all of the texture of the mulberry paper, or rice paper. Oh yeah, what's going on in the morning? I was just thinking that. Actually, I was thinking of you going to the coffee shop, but this time carrying a book like on Salvador Dali. Well, you're not going there to flirt anyway. Uh-huh. Well, you did have a week of tests, so it wasn't that long ago you were reading that. What did I just do? All right, don't separate. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I'm gonna have to cut this and make a new point. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it alone for now. You've been a slacker? Wow. Yeah, that was sarcasm. Hope your Portuguese teacher comes up with a better assignment next time. No, I'm being sarcastic. Hey, it don't bother me none. I ain't your mama. Yeah, it's coming along. It doesn't look any different than other parts. Let's try again. But I am going to lazily put a little bit more on, and then I am going to make myself some dinner. Which I can't decide. Oh yeah, I did decide. I've got a piece of frozen fish I'm going to fix. Now, I bought a bottle of wine for cooking. One thing I failed to note is it a twist off or does it have a cork? If it has a cork, I think I'm in trouble. I don't think I've got a corkscrew. I'm fairly sure I don't. Which is a surprise. I used to have one. Don't drink, so you know years can go by before you notice you're missing something. But I want to cook with this white wine, and it looks like it might be reasonably good. It's a table wine, so I got one that's meant to be, you know, sipped or glugged. I don't know. Nevertheless, one must open it. But ever since discovering how good things taste when they're cooked in a little bit of white wine, it's like, oh, gotta have some more of that. And it just happens, I live within a reasonable walking distance of a liquor store. It used to be a market like a farmer's market kind of a thing. It's like, couldn't you say something really useful to me? I get something to drink once in a millennium, and what the hell? Veg I like all the time. What you gonna do? That happened before I moved in to the area. Okay. Sculptural stuff can get moved over a bit. Not sculpting right now. Excuse me. Excuse me again. What the hell? Is that tea? Don't worry. I'll fix you. I'll fix you, damn it. After all that prep, I'm not putting up with you acting up like this. You must behave. Okay. There we have it. Repaired piece of paper. And any more of that stuff left? Let me see. Yeah, a little bit. So Charlie, I'm assuming you've already eaten dinner? What time is it, peeps? 4:32? Oh my god, oinkness. Are you still here? How did we miss 4:20? Shame on me. I have to start putting out a little alarm on my Fitbit. Zzz at 4:20. I know. I have that as correct. Yes, ma'am. No doubt about it. And you can take that to the bank. Sounds like a movie quote. Well, Oink, I think we should do something about it, don't you? I mean, we can't afford to fall behind. I don't want my eyes to open up all the way. Oh my god. Right now this is looking more like a bat than it is a tie. But it will be all right. I'll be right back. Dun, dun, dun. feel pretty, oh so pretty. Okay, well, maybe I don't feel pretty, but I feel better. Okay, Gary Payton's a great visitor. I'm going to have Runts too. Runts is my bedtime pal now. Runts, and last night I had the other piece of that gummy. And I would say that the combo definitely helped. I got 7+ hours of sleep. So like that's headed in the right direction. I'm going to try again tonight. We're going to try to get this going where I'm getting at least 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep. I know the difference when I wake up. You know, it's like, yep, I got 7 hours. I have a clear mind. If I get up less than 7, I get up and go, let's go see how much sleep you lost this time. That's the feeling. Who knew this would be an issue? Now, I have no problem falling asleep. I'm one of the lucky ones with that. I can get a grip on anxiety at bedtime, no sweat. Mornings are where my challenges are, but even that has been like non-existent almost. I'm really getting a grip on it, I could say. I don't want to say not like a boast because I don't want to slap my head into doing something just to piss me off. But I am doing way better, and the nighttime is no problem. But when I wake up to pee, getting back to sleep, it's not even anxiety most of the time, although the elections have had me on edge, without a doubt. But we are doing so well so far to keep democracy intact. It's like, okay, just keep your fingers crossed. Arizona looks like it's going to go to the Dems, and yeah, but we have to see what happens with Nevada, and Nevada is more likely to go red, so we'll have to just wait and see. I'm praying that sanity and kindness and women's rights move it forward into the, into now. And one of the things that young women, don't know, they don't remember because they weren't alive at the time, but people my age, women my age, know about it. When women could not get credit in their own name. It's still a struggle for some people. People want the woman to be connected with a man when it comes to their credit. And this is why people would hold off on divorces, because once they got divorced, the women had zero credit. Their credit was completely attached to their husbands, even when they worked. That's been part of the problem, that even when women were able to get jobs, and we already knew that they don't get paid as much as the man does in most cases, unless you're talking about like everybody at Walmart starts off at this much an hour, male or female. It's like, yeah. But those are not exactly the careers that most people want. If you get a career working in something else, like human services or whatever, men have traditionally always gotten more than women. So women have a right to be pissed off. It took years and years for a woman to just be able to open a checking account in her own name without having somebody to back it up. And they ask for your husband or your father. It's like, So when people are talking about and trying to make the issue about abortion, that's just one thing. It's more than abortion. It's all women's rights and how women are perceived to have rights in the world. If a woman's her own intimate body comes under a political issue, political challenges, how is that okay? It's demeaning. It takes away our power just as being individuals. There's nothing like that for a man. Even when a woman or a child, a little girl is raped, they don't talk about the rapist. They talk about the one that was raped, like they were at fault. They caused it. There is so little conversation about the actual rapist. So the conversation has always been about men being considered to be superior to women financially, intellectually, everything. So, except for having babies. So while some modern men are like, oh no, my wife, she works and I'm proud of her and I would never want her to stop working. I said, yeah, but you understand that if anything was happened to you, that if we were to go backward, that she could lose the ability to pay the mortgage or take care or even get a mortgage in just her name. They want the male in the background when they're somewhere. So it's, excuse me, there's a lot at stake for women. Remember that we had to fight to have a vote. We had to fight for the right to own property. We had to fight for the right to get divorced. Even if the person was beating us. I was worried about young women because they only know from history books, if they got that education, about what really went on during the suffragette times. And that's just back then. I mean, we're still suffering. It seems like if anybody wants to talk about it, talk about how women have taken the shit for years, they're frowned upon. It's like, oh, you're one of those feminists. You must be like da da da. Like people like Donald Trump and his sons, at least one of them. And all of that ilk, people saying horrible things about women if they stand up for their rights. They're only doing that because nobody wants them. They're the ugly chicks. Or they're too smart, or they're too dumb. No, I don't think they've ever said, oh, that woman's too dumb for me. I think they prefer dumb women. Quite frankly, that's to their benefit. A woman that will just go along and do things for them without questioning. Or even saying, I know it's my place to be beneath my husband. The Lord made me out of his rib. That makes me second in command. And of course, as the Bible is written, if he cheats on me, as a Christian, I have to forgive him and take him back. What we have been brainwashed into doing. Okay, Toblerone, time to pose. Oh, good. Okay. It's a little bit bigger. It's hard to do the tying of a bow. Okay. Tomorrow, I'll work on the sides. I need to straighten that out. I definitely did not have to bring the paper this far end, so we're gonna peel some of it back. Just a little bit on each side because it'll give me more room to make a bow behind the toe. Yeah. And once again, come here. Fumble fingers. Working this small, this used to not be a problem for me, but my eyes are still not. Yeah, my eyes are definitely different since the surgery, obviously. As a matter of fact, I was talking with someone else today at the table while we were coloring things about the surgery. She got the distance ones, and she regrets it because, like me, most of her life is like up front and personal. So she doesn't need to be out there with her eyes. But, well, she does have to have the close-up glasses because she has no close-up vision. I knew better just because I've been nearsighted all my life, and I figured I'm already going to have to make some kind of adjustments. I know that. Not sure what exactly they're going to be like, but I knew that was coming because they take the lenses out and put something acrylic in that doesn't adjust. It's a fixed lens. You're going to have to adjust to it and get glasses to make up the difference for what you can't naturally do. So I knew, being nearsighted all my life, if I had anything but being more nearsighted again, it would be probably way too much of a change for me. Okay, I would probably take a little bit more off. Good. Was this good? After I get the right amount off, we will adjust the pattern. It doesn't have to go all the way around. Let's get rid of that. No, that's not even, is it? I have a song that's stuck in my head. Sting. If I ever lose my faith in you. I think that is okay. We'll spiffy it up tomorrow. Now, we're supposed to have a stormy day tomorrow, so I don't know if our light's going to be any better than it is right now. This lamp is going to be very necessary. All right, her eyes stayed on, even though I had a layer on her face. Good girl. Okay, talking to a piece of clay with false eyelashes and googly eyes. Okay, we're really doing good today. All right, prototype almost done. Good scissors, put away. Template, thank goodness. And matter of fact, okay, where is my little straight edge? There it is. It still has stuff on it. 2 inches. Okay. So we want to do 1 inch here. Okay. That looks like more than an inch. Why? Because it is slightly more. Let's get that line. Yeah. Yeah, my naked eye is better than this. Okay. Better. So tomorrow, back to the light table, where we will make 2 new ties out of this material. Yeah, that looks Christian. Yeah, that's a beautiful paper. So, yeah, no problem. We've got plenty. I'm careful, I could probably pull 3 off with this. The more the merrier, because I'm good at screwing it up. All right. All right, tie. Future tie. Yep. We'll have everything one needs for the well-dressed toe. Now there's some that I can make that are not adjustable, so I guess I would have to know. So people would have to give me the measurements of their toe. so I could make something specifically for them. Measure your toe. So you go around. Let's take a look at this. You do it like you're measuring for a ring. Yep, stand up. So about 3 inches. What do you know? Didn't think it was that much. So this, calm down. You're supposed to look about, well, less than 2.5 inches. Because you have to have some room to tighten around a toe. But tomorrow, yeah, I think I'll add another strengthening bit here. And to disguise, well, I don't know if I should use gold. We're going to use this for an experiment. So we're going to try adding some gold highlights. And so it looks like a tie, and it's not just a flat piece of paper. Well, it's still going to be a flat piece of paper, but you know what I mean. We want it to look like a classy tie. Gold, and I would use red, but the red would not look red against a dark blue background. It would just start to look, even my CADs would just look more like a blood red, I think, on that. So now we can experiment. I do have the very thing here. Very nice red. It's fairly opaque. Well, we'll find out. We'll experiment. And the gold, let's see. There was a problem with my server. Are we live again or not live again? Well, I don't see a chat. Why are you not working, darling? Live chat. There we go. Wait a second. We're 100% vibing for that. Okay. I hope that was just written now because I couldn't get the chat to come up. Okay. And then a second. Just looking here. Oh, yes. One must say thank you. Thank you to our veterans. Today is the official Veterans Day. I don't know why we had, I don't know why we have mail being delivered today. I thought that this was usually, yeah. Where's my show? Where am I? Oh my god, there's my channel. Okay. There we go. Alright, I've got the chat. I've got the video. We're currently live. But what am I doing? It's I think I need to eat. 2 pieces of cake, that's what spoiled my appetite. That's why I didn't get hungry when I was supposed to. I had 2 pieces of cake instead of lunch. Oh no, I did have a bowl of like a bean soup / stew. I did have something. Okay, I'm not insane. I had to think. It was something new that I've never had, so I completely blocked it out. It was okay, actually. It was a bowl of soup, but one that was like really super dense with barley and stuff. So it was really tasty. It had some spice to it. So because I cannot stand bland soup, and yeah, it was good. But I don't like the things they make them to cook in with these plastic lids. I do not like plastic getting hot. So I just take that and put it right in recycling, and I dump it into a bowl that I like to eat out of, and heat it up in that. It's way better than eating it in these little stupid containers. And they're also they're full right up to the brim because they need to block out, oxygen in there. But it's too full when you take this, try to get the hot lid off. It's like, spill it, comes down through the holes. It's like, nah. So, yeah, there we have it. Let's see. I have been looking at my fingernails this last couple of days because I really need a manicure. The smell of this stuff is just so harsh. One of the things I like about the gel nail polish is it dries in literally 60 seconds a coat. So you're only tortured for so long while they do your nails. And it's like they coat them and you put them under the UV light. And then they coat them again and back under the UV light. And it's only a minute under the UV light. This stuff, it's like, no. Now this is called Mega Grow. I believe what it should be is like mega resistance to breaking because of what's in the chemical here. Now years ago, an interesting discovery, thanks again through the veterinarian process. Horses. Horses have hooves, and hooves can cause problems, but they never stop growing like our fingernails. And so they made this stuff that they put on, they brushed it on. It was kind of like water, but a chemical stuff. They brushed that on the hooves to help them grow better, grow stronger. Well, they finally figured out if it does it for horses' hooves, why not human nails? Because women are always upset about dishpan hand and nails. Water dries our nails out, and women's hands are in water, generally speaking, more often than a man's is. So our nails suffer accordingly. So the stuff was used, and now they put it in all kinds of stuff meant to make your nails grow. And it does kind of harden the nail, and it makes it more resistant to wearing down, so it grows faster. I mean, up here where it's actually growing from does not change because you're not treating that. Although they've got creams, I think, that are all supposed to help address that. My trouble now. How do people stand this shit? I don't even want to breathe with it in the room. Hurry, hurry. Yeah, I know. Sitting here like this on YouTube. Well, that's because I can't stand the smell of this stuff. But I do need to protect my nails. They're kind of getting crappy. How am I going to get this hand done? We'll find out tomorrow. On the next chapter of Extreme Reactions. That is a bit soothing. Unfortunately, it's also about done. So, plans for the rest of the day or night? Yes, you're going to go to sleep. Agnes, it's still early for you. We will see you tomorrow, on the morrow, sir. Sweet dreams. Oh, crapola, no. Shit, 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 shit. Was it just walking around? A sudden movement? I mean, because I can kill myself, piece, you know, by piece without doing anything extreme. Okay, yeah, I hear you. Oh, you poor baby. Well, let us all meet tomorrow and be feeling much better. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.